find it.
FBI Most Wanted is all new CBS next Tuesday and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Bitter cold temperatures for tonight as the skies go partly cloudy and the winds die down as well, getting below zero, I'm sure, by later on tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the King of Jordan makes a trip to the White House following Trump's comments on relocating Palestinians and rebuilding Gaza. Plus, we'll hear from attorney generals around the country who are suing the Trump administration. They'll explain why they're against Trump's plan for federal workers. And we'll get a deeper look at the role veterinarians are playing in this year's UP 200. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Checking these out from Marquette. Very cold day. Temperatures rebound a little bit here into the mid-teens during the afternoon. The clouds will be thickening up and some snow showers will be coming in toward the evening hours. May sneak in later in the afternoon, but not much accumulation. Most will fall for Wednesday night. Temperatures throughout the area will be reaching the middle, perhaps upper teens in near 20 for areas to the south. More on the rest of the forecast later in the show. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thank you. The King of Jordan paid a visit to the White House today. President Trump's plan for Gaza was a central focus. Erica Brown reports from Capitol Hill.
Mr. President, are you confident the king will back your plan for the Palestinian people?
The King of Jordan met with President Trump at the White House Tuesday, where the two leaders discussed the conflict in Gaza, and Trump reiterated his development plan for the area and proposal to relocate almost 2 million Palestinians.
We're going to take it. We're going to hold it. We're going to cherish it.
King Abdullah II is the first leader of an Arab nation to visit the White House in Trump's second term. He released a statement after their meeting saying he is firmly against the displacement of Palestinians from Gaza. He was less direct during his meeting with the president in the Oval Office.
We will be in Saudi Arabia to discuss how we can work with the president and with the United States. So I think let's wait until the Egyptians can come and present to the president and not get ahead of ourselves.
President Trump doubled down on his warning that there would be consequences if Hamas does not resume the release of Israeli hostages. Hamas says it would delay the hostage release plan for this weekend, claiming Israel has violated terms of the ceasefire agreement. Israel denies the claims.
I have a Saturday deadline, and I don't think they're going to make the deadline personally.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the war will resume if more hostages are not released Saturday, drawing protests in Tel Aviv.
We do not support what our government is doing, and we want our people back home.
It's essential for America to remain solvent as a country.
Elon Musk was also in the Oval Office today as the president discussed a new executive order he signed requiring federal agencies to consult with Musk's Department of Government Efficiency to shrink the size of the federal government.
The president will meet with Mark Fogel, who was just freed from Russian detention, tonight at the White House. State attorneys general are seeking legal action to reverse multiple orders from the Trump administration. As recently as Monday, a temporary restraining order was granted to restore university funding from the National Institutes of Health. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more on the lawsuits Michigan's attorney general is working to advance.
Since Trump's inauguration, Michigan's Attorney General Dana Nessel has taken part in 3 different legal cases to halt orders by the new administration. Most recently, 22 Democratic attorneys generals filed for a temporary restraining order to halt funding cuts announced Friday.
This is an attempt to eliminate funding that supports medical and public health innovation at every research institution in the country.
The directive from the Office of Management and Budget would impact research funding from the National Institutes of Health. It would cap indirect costs for academic research at 15%. Nessel says the order would result in thousands of lost jobs and end tens of thousands of research projects.
Time and again, in just the last 3 weeks, we've seen Trump and the federal government implement sweeping, indiscriminate cuts without rhyme or reason and with zero consideration for the consequences to the American people.
The NIH is the largest funder of biomedical research in the world. Michigan receives over $1 billion from NIH for research done at MSU, U of M, and Wayne State University for a long list of health research, including treatments for cancer, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's.
That is a huge blow to our university's ability to conduct life-saving medical research and achieve breakthrough discoveries that make life better for all of us.
The TRO will only restore funding in the 22 states that filed until further legal action can be taken. A hearing is scheduled for Friday, February 21st. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Vice President J.D. Vance is warning against excessive regulation of artificial intelligence on his first foreign trip as VP. At the AI Action Summit in Paris, Vance urged European allies and rivals like China to resist giving governments more control of the technology. He took aim at EU regulations aimed at preventing the spread of disinformation.
Work with their hands. We want to ensure the internet is a safe place. But it is one thing to prevent a predator from preying on a child on the internet, and it is something quite different to prevent a grown man or woman from accessing an opinion that the government thinks is misinformation.
Vance says the Trump administration is troubled by reports some foreign governments are considering tightening the screws on U.S. tech companies with international footprints. Many nonprofits have been granted new medical equipment through the Superior Health Foundation's AED program. This year, extra funding was provided to assist many more organizations across the UP. Our Andrew Hans has more.
February is American Heart Month, and each year the Superior Health Foundation holds their AED program, providing nonprofit organizations across the UP with these life-saving devices. The average cost of an AED is between $1,400 to $2,500. With the major importance of these life-saving machines, the need for them is in high demand.
We figured that we could do a better job of distributing them by doing a bulk purchase so we could get more at a lower rate, and then putting them out into communities across the UP.
Typically, the Superior Health Foundation will send out about 8 to 10 AEDs to organizations who request them. This year, they were able to work alongside the community to receive well over their normal amount.
So we took the amount that we would normally budget for AEDs each year and put that aside, and then we did a campaign at the end of last year through January to raise an additional $10,000 to purchase a total of 30 AEDs.
With the increase in numbers, this year welcomes first-time recipients to this program, such as the Ishpeming Senior Center.
With the funding from the Superior Health Foundation, we were able to get a new AED, and it's a huge comfort, and I would say weight off of our shoulders.
Other nonprofits, such as the Habitat for Humanity, have been happy to be part of the program for some years now.
Having these items, both for us and for other organizations, allows the opportunities for our population to interact with us safer.
Already this month, all 30 AEDs have been distributed to their requested organizations. In Marquette, Andrew Hans, WZMQ 19 News.
The UP 200 is only a few days away. We're taking a look at how the dogs are cared for along the route. Our John Truitt tells us about the dedicated veterinary staff of the UP 200.
At each checkpoint, a member of the veterinary staff will evaluate each dog, looking for things like dehydration, exhaustion, trouble with their feet, or anything affecting the dog's health during the race. Dr. Jean Wilcox is one of those dedicated animal doctors who volunteer their time to ensure the health and safety of the dogs.
And look for dehydration, any vomiting, diarrhea, bloody urine on the trail, anything that would indicate, metabolically that there's something wrong.
Wilcox says a serious concern is ice buildup in the dog's paws, which compels many dog teams to wear booties.
But the wet snow that builds up between the pads is really a hard thing to control.
One of the biggest challenges facing the medical staff is keeping the dogs calm. After all, the UP 200 is a party for spectators and the dogs.
Once they get out of the excitement of downtown and everybody clapping and screaming and yelling, they will settle down on a trail and get into sync with each other.
The health of the dogs is well documented. from a pre-race examination to checkups along the way to a post-race evaluation.
When they get to a checkpoint with a mandatory vet check, it gives the mushers and the vets a second look to see how those dogs are doing after they've been running along the trail.
In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Most of the dogs receive at least 2 years of training along with a specialized diet. Tom DeVecchio has your first warning weather forecast coming up after the break. And a teenager in California has developed new technology that could detect wildfires before they happen. Plus, later in sports, Mike Ludlam has your high school basketball highlights. He'll start with Kingsford versus Iron Mountain. We'll be right back after this.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Houghton's the spot where we get all 4 seasons, the snow, the shine, everything in between. So the shoes are everything. You know, what you have is going to help you perform better, perform longer, stay injury-free longer. Whether you're a runner, walker, or you're just looking for a shoe to get yourself through the day, we'll take an extensive approach to finding the shoe that's right for you. Whatever surface that you're going to be on, we've got you covered.
Woohoo! Gambling ads are getting pretty hard to ignore.
Bet now.
Free bet.
Bet now. Free bet. Bet for free. Bet, free bet. Free bet.
If you choose to gamble, make sure you play it safe. For tips that will help, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget, we're
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News. Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Our headlines for the Marquette area, bitter cold for tonight. Many of you near or below zero, maybe down to the minus teens for some of you closer to the Wisconsin border. Snow showers will start to develop Wednesday afternoon. Nothing big time here. Most of the snow will fall Wednesday night as a big storm system slides to the south. Lower Peninsula in Michigan will get a lot more. Some places maybe over a foot. Not seeing that here though. And cold weather will continue for the week and will certainly get even colder for the end of the weekend and into the early part of next week. So make sure the kids are dressed especially warm for tomorrow, as here in Marquette, temperatures will probably be below zero. Good news, not a lot of wind, so the wind chills won't be a huge factor here. Temperatures rebounded to the mid-teens when the kids come back in the afternoon. A lot of clouds. May start seeing some light snow here, but we'll keep it at 20% for now, as most of the snow will fall after the kids come home. And overall, not a lot of wind here. Light easterly winds as we head on through the day for Wednesday, so no big problems with the wind and the wind chills. Starts to pick up a little bit toward Thursday. As the low moves by, it'll start to get more of an established northwesterly flow. But even then, not a lot of snow or lake effect expected here. Futurecast through Wednesday morning, clouds start to thicken up as a storm system slides to our south. It will kind of graze the Upper Peninsula with some snow here for Wednesday evening and through Wednesday night. Quickly moving out though, probably before daybreak hours on Thursday. Then some limited lake effect comes in on that northwest flow. So snowfall amounts for Wednesday night looks like about an inch or two. And then as we head on toward Thursday morning, looking at about 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 3 towards Sault Ste. Marie, Mackinac over 3, Marquette. We may get an inch out of the whole thing. So light accumulations enough to slicken up those roads. So watch for that. But the rest of tonight, just cold, down below 0, especially along the Wisconsin border. But even here in Marquette, we'll be dropping close to about 0, maybe 1 above. And mid-teens for tomorrow as the snow showers come in during the afternoon. Accumulations, though, by sunset, probably less than an inch. And you saw how much snow we're expecting Wednesday night into Thursday. Chance of morning flurries here. And love time on Friday here. Some light snow possible. That threat will continue into Saturday. Could be a light accumulation as temperatures finally break close to 20. But it's short-lived. An Arctic hit comes in for Sunday. Temperatures are not getting out of single digits. Monday we'll try to get to double digits after going below 0 by early in the morning.
Tom, thank you. One California teenager's invention is the latest tool being used by firefighters. Since the 5th grade, the young inventor has been working on technology designed to stop wildfires before they spread out of control. Michelle Guile has the details.
I'm actually very excited because this is our very first deployment.
It's a dream come true for Newport Beach teenager Ryan Honoré, who's created an AI-driven early wildfire detection system designed to alert firefighters before the flames are spotted by humans.
And the whole idea of my platform is to be able to detect the fire when it is or smaller than 1 foot by 1 foot. So the idea is that by the time the firefighters are there to put it out, a human shouldn't have even been able to see it from their house or things like that. So right here we have the solar panel with this box that has all of the electronics and batteries in it. Up here we have the infrared camera with the gas/smoke sensor right below it.
The 17-year-old put his technology to work in Irvine's Quail Hill open space, not far from the flashpoint of the destructive 1993 Laguna Beach fire. It's an invention he's worked on since 5th grade.
And I was watching the devastating fires that were killing many people and destroying their homes, and I thought that...
So it would take a picture of that fire, it would detect it from its infrared and maybe even its smoke as well, and then it would instantly send that information and as an email, text, or push notification to, for example, it might be directed towards the Orange County Fire Authority's phones.
Honoré partnered with the Irvine Ranch Conservancy, which provided $250,000 in funding. Orange County Fire Authority Chief Brian Fennessy is a mentor who says, "We are proud and grateful that his technology has the potential to provide our firefighters with real-time data that expedites resource allocation, improves firefighting strategy, and enhances our mission to protect life and property."
More detectors will be deployed soon with the goal of 25 installed before the end of the year. Buyer beware of looking for love in all the wrong places. It's known as a relationship investment scam, where perpetrators use dating apps, social media platforms, and random wrong number texts to lure victims. Scammers have phony online profiles and even use fake voices to build connections, ultimately opening hearts and wallets. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission says it's a growing problem.
You know, you have a new best friend or a new love interest who's texting you every day, and you develop this relationship of trust, and then you realize that they're very wealthy and you want to know how, and you ask them if they can help you, and then they'll say, okay, yes, I can help you invest. At first you'll be very profitable, you'll get a little money back, and then they'll show you a website where you're making a ton of money, you think you're a millionaire, so you take out all your money and you give it to the scammers.
If you suspect you're being victimized, talk to someone you trust. Go to cftc.gov/learn and protect to learn more. Mike has a look at your sports when we come back. Along with those basketball highlights, he'll also break down the hockey matchup between Hancock and Marquette. We'll be right back.
Instant games from the Michigan Lottery. With dozens of games to choose from and millions of dollars in prizes, it's instant fun for everyone. And try our newest exciting games with $195 million in prizes.
Here's a business looking for a customer.
Here's a customer looking for a business, and that's where the Better Business Bureau comes in. The BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. That's why 80% of people choose BBB accredited businesses over non-accredited ones with the same A+ letter rating. Live happily, better after. Always look for the sign of a better business because it's looking out for you. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. It's that time of year again. Medicare annual enrollment period is here. From October 15th until December 7th, you have the opportunity to make changes to your Medicare Advantage plan. The annual enrollment period is started and will end on December 7th. Now is the time to speak with a licensed agent about your Medicare Advantage options and to find out about the benefits available to you with the Medicare Advantage plan. Mark your calendars and make the most of the Medicare annual enrollment period.
Call 800-517-8602.
New Edition's Johnny Gill.
Bring your sneakers. This show gets going. Nobody sits down.
And he knows I love a gift. My. Then a 3-year-old music expert.
Noble Moore.
You're really good. On the Jennifer Hudson Show.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Tonight on The Late Show.
Who's got another question?
Colbert's got John Dickerson. CBS tonight.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. In boys basketball, Iron Mountain edged Kingsford 56-55 in overtime back on January 14th. Tonight, the second-ranked Mountaineers hosted the third-ranked Flivers in the UP Boys Division 1 through 3 poll. It took a couple minutes before one team scored. Braden Casson with the steal for the Mountaineers, and he goes coast to coast for the layup and the opening hoop. Iron Mountain made 2 free throws, then Oscar Kangas has the ball. He'll also take it end-to-end and rattle it home on a soft jumper. 6-0 black and gold. Kingsford's turn. Gavin Grondin loses the ball on the way up. Fortunately, it goes right to Morgan Slyke for an easy layup. Mountaineers still ahead 6-2. Kangas made it 8-2, then Jet Buckley dribbles behind a screen and cans a three-pointer to bring Kingsford within 8-5. Kangas heads to the free throw line next, drives, then dumps the ball off nicely to Evan Copley for a bucket and a 5-point Mountaineer lead. Slyke scores again. The Flivers get 26 points from Gavin Grondin, and the season series ends in a tie as Kingsford wins 57-53. Let's check on the number 1 team in the UP. That beat the Marquette Sentinels up at Houghton, taking on the Gremlins off the opening tip. Kyler Sager will get the layup from Jackson Jermu, a 2-0 start for the visitors. Then Jermu will inbound to Ford Richardson on the far side for 3, and the Sentinels lead by 5. And Marquette keeps firing away. Connor Firestein knocks down a triple. It's 8-0. He bagged another, did Firestein, to make it 11-0. Gremlins need 3 minutes to get going. Isaiah Lawson, Luke Hill, Terry Nolan for 3. Houghton's on the board down 11-3. After a Marquette basket, Houghton breaks the press this time. Lane Laux will find a triple try, landing in the right spot. Marquette still ahead by 7, and Marquette didn't stop scoring for quite a while. They went on to win this one 98-50. Meanwhile, in Division 4, number 1 Forest Park visiting number 3 Norway. Opening quarter, Gabe Quevedo to Matt Showers for an easy bucket there. Trojans start quickly. Then Dax Huki to Gabe Quevedo for 3, and apparently night deposits are allowed in Norway. It's 5-0 Trojans. Norway will get an offensive rebound, then Cole by AJ Golino will line up that triple and bag it. It's 5-3 Forest Park. Vic Giuliani drives and will get a very friendly bounce there off the rim. And Forest Park's ahead 7-3. And it would just keep right on going for the Trojans in this one, even though Bryce Adams found a nice basket there. The winner is Forest Park, 66-44. On the scoreboard, big ones tonight. Ishpeming over Menominee, 75-70. Ethan Marta, 26 points. Westwood Downs Gwyn, 63-33. Gladstone upends Negaunee, 60-55. Lance 10 better than Lakeland and Hubble, 70-60. Sam Sallow went over the 1,000 point mark in his career for Kearney Natal, but Bark River Harris the easy winner, 89-55. Zach Schwartz, 24, and Stevenson's went over Chancellor, 72-38. Maplewood Baptist takes care of Mackinac City, 72-41. West Iron County easily over Hancock, 52-28. Mid-Peninsula is on the board with a victory, 47-45, edging Big Bay to knock. And another close game, Baraga 3 better than Watersmeet, 49-46. North Dickinson runs away from North Central, 78-42. Sheboygan 8 better than Sault Ste. Marie, 69-61. And Munising back on track, 60-39 over Rapid River. For the girls, Negaunee 60-34, taking care of Gwyn. It was Hancock over Westwood, 54-35. West Iron County a dozen better than Bessemer. Wakefield in overtime. And Marinisco defeat Ontonagon 41-40. Dollar Bay 30 cents better than Watersmeet, 63-33. Forest Park no trouble at all with Rapid River. Big Bay did knock the same with Mid-Peninsula. It was Niagara a dozen better than Norway, 49-37. Mackinac City, 10 better than Maplewood Baptist. It was Cedarville Detour, 3 better than Pickford, 39-36. Newberry takes care of Engadine, 60-37. Brimley downs Rudyard by 20. And no, this last score is correct. St. Ignace defeated Rogers City 65-5, and believe it or not, that was at Rogers City. Turning to hockey. Hancock, Marquette. It was senior night for the Sentinels, 5 honored before the game. Hancock, by the way, only has 3 seniors. Hancock on the power play. Tevin Stukel near the blue line will wind and fire, and that one's in the mark at the 4-minute mark exactly, 1-0 Bulldogs. To the second period, Marquette had a power play, but it's a penalty shot because Stukel had a chance to score that way. Didn't work, and it didn't work on the penalty shot. Same power play, Hancock gets a breakaway. This time it's senior Jackson Sinkowski, but Cole Kelly is there once again to make the save. The Sentinels still trail just 1-0. Marquette will get another man advantage. Easton ball in control, and then Skylar Blackburn will take care of the puck and put it in. And this one was tied at 1. Marquette wins this one 3-2 in overtime. Also on the hockey scoreboard, it was Jay Hallinan scoring twice for Houghton as they shut out Calumet 4-0. Graham Johnson, 2 goals and 2 helpers for Escanaba, 2 goals for Alex Schwalbach, 8-0 Escanaba over Ashwaubenon, and nobody scored between Kingsford and Manistee, really. Elsewhere, Big Ten basketball, a couple of big games tonight. Let us start with Michigan at Purdue, the 20th ranked Wolverines. Go ahead in the second half as Danny Wolf crosses up the defender and scores. Wolf misses on this occasion, but Reuben Jones will get the putback. Wolverines up 6. However, Purdue made it really close at the end. Braden Smith will knock down a couple of shots, and the next thing you know, Purdue's close, but Michigan hangs on to win this one, 75-73. MSU lost to Indiana 71-67, so Tom Izzo and Bob Knight are still tied with Big Ten Conference victories. It was the Detroit Pistons leading 71-29 at the half, and then they beat Chicago 132-92. Congratulations to Madeline Kreider of Kingsford, a $2,000 scholarship winner from the MHSAA. We'll be right back.
Some places talk about being local, but we actually are local. Our family started Superior Collision 18 years ago, and we're still the ones who own and operate it today. No big company name, no outside investors. We are all Marquette, and we're going to stay that way. We are part of this community, and we are proud of the work we do. You can choose to go to a corporate body shop, or you can stay local and go to Superior Collision, Marquette's local hometown body shop.
The UP loves to be outdoors. Running, fishing, hiking, biking. If it's happening outside, you want to be a part of it. And this little baby is what you need to be ready. It's local and 100% free, 24/7. WZMQ 19's news app can show you the best times to be out, what to wear, how to stay safe, whether to bring along the kids. It's your problem-solving power tool, the WZMQ 19 app, now playing on a phone near you.
The greatest sportsmen and women. Icons of our time and beyond. Timeless quality, superbly crafted stories showcasing the greatest sports heroes and their incredible winning moments. The Immortals, the greatest athletes of all time.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Give your home a fresh new look with our energy-efficient windows and stylish doors. And here's a deal you won't want to miss. For a limited time, when you buy 3 windows or doors, you'll get 1 free. That's right, buy 3, get 1 free. Don't wait. This offer ends February 28th. Call today and start transforming your home with the Window Store. Quality windows, doors, and unbeatable savings. Only at the Window Store.
Nice tranquil night and tomorrow morning, but by Wednesday afternoon, a little light snow will be developing here. And by midnight, could get about a ½ inch here in Marquette and up to a couple of inches here in Mackinac City, not towards Sault Ste. Marie. But on the western side, you may not get much of anything for tonight. And as we head on through Thursday morning, up to 3 inches possible in the extreme eastern parts. You'll be closer to the storm system. Marquette, grand scheme and the grand scheme of things, are looking at about 1 inch of accumulation for Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday night. And high temperatures for Wednesday will be in the mid to upper teens. Several of you will be breaking that 20-degree mark. But most of the snow done by Thursday morning. Valentine's Day and into Saturday, chance of light snow, maybe a light accumulation here before we get a bitter cold hit for Sunday into Monday, and then a slow rebound as we head toward Tuesday. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thanks again. Finally tonight, an Escanaba school has been recognized for its students' academic excellence. Each year, students across the state take the Michigan Student Test of Educational Progress. 3rd through 7th grade students at Holy Name Catholic School exceeded public school students' scores across all subjects. Holy Name provides students with a classical education, which the principal says aims to create strong people rather than just strong test takers.
In a world where there's so much information, it's hard to narrow down. You can't know everything. And so we really try to stay focused on the good, the true, and the beautiful. Really thinking the thoughts of the great thinkers, and then to be able to articulate that. All those things come together beautifully because their brains have been trained that way.
While there's always room for growth, he says, students demonstrated the solid educational foundation they've already gained at Holy Name. That's all the time we have for tonight, folks. See you again tomorrow.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing